right? You get a lot of messaging around like you're a really bad person if you're not doing everything you're asked to do. You don't, especially if you're socialized as a girl growing up, you're really trained that you're not really allowed to say no to caregiving and doing extra tasks, right? Also, people get the message you're letting your team down, if you don't answer your emails off the clock, because that's an expectation here. Everybody has to do that. And when you internalize these messages that like, your exhaustion and your burnout is a minor thing and that you should just push through it because you don't want to be lazy. You got to push through because otherwise you're just being lazy. And if your motivation is like avoiding a sense of internalized shame, that has a real impact on mental health. And it definitely leads to this condition of chronic work stress where you're just chronically in this like super high survival mode-y, like just constantly depleting your energy stores day in and day out just to get through. So it's basically that message of like, you're never actually going to be good enough to deserve good things, to deserve a better wage, to deserve time off. It's like, you have to be good. You have to be a good worker to deserve reward. And that message of never being good enough is like so toxic, right? And it just is so pervasive, but it's a very toxic message because you can't just keep pushing through. At some point, your body's going to give. At some point, the energy is not there anymore. And it's not good to constantly be seeking external validation from other people to determine if you are good enough to deserve like just fairness and equity. Like that's just absurd, right? So takeaway from that is don't feel bad about setting any work-life boundaries you have to set.